Hello. We're back. We are on the first and we are dotting. What was the name of this quest? An unwelcome guest. The manager of sweets is wearing a grave expression. Begging your pardons, miss, but do you perchance intend to head outside? If so, I'd strongly advise you not to stray too far from the Crystarium. Word has it Eulmore has dispatched its military to Lakeland. Given the timing, one can only assume they do not welcome the return of knights. Even now, the Exarch is in the ocular, deliberating a response. Well, I suppose we best go... Do you believe in magic? Oh, yeah, we tried picking up that one. Let's teleport, because it's quicker and easier. This way. Excuse me. Since the last episode, I have been and gathered some ether currents in Lakeland and done the side quest that we sent out there to do, and that's been about it. Taking a little break. I'm not one of these people that can just sit here and play, especially as I am talking through it. You know, there's 8 more levels. And whilst obviously the XP that you get per quest scales,
you have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands.
yes, the military. An airship.
Laxon Loft here in Lakeland. Eulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
We don't know anything about that.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
Sooner than we'd hoped, perhaps. Speaking of knocking.
My lord, I am come with the Eulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
No.
A moment, Captain, if you would.
No.
Everyone, gather round.
Is he going to shroud us with magics? They've motion captured some of these animations. Those
I
especially.
don't wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish.
Huh? Clever.
Enter.
Clever. Clever, clever, clever. Right, who is the emissary? Oh, is this the monk guy?
Well, well. The commander of the Eulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
Ranjit. Nice camera zoom. There's a bit more work put into the cutscenes here in terms of panning and animation.
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
No.
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Eulmore's interest in this?
Yes, you're miles away.
His Benevolence Lord Vorthry is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin-Eater.
Bet he is.
Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage,
Would they?
my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind.
Screw you.
Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Eulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Tense standoff.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin-Eaters changes nothing.
If you say so.
The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace.
They dropped the reborn in there on purpose, of course.
Breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry.
Vorthry, not Vouthry. Vorthry.
In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Eulmore's mercy. Promptly.
Looks a really uncomfortable way of standing straight. Though maybe that's the point. Question is...
One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
He knows they're there. Huh. But how? Yeah, they've mocapped this stuff. It doesn't have the jerky animations.
Imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Eulmore's army since before Vorthry's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin-Eaters.
Yeah, before they fell in with them.
One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
Yeah, but seeing invisible things...
If Eulmore chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat.
Well done, Alpha No.
While we
You
are
smart
grateful for your
lad.
support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
It's true.
Tis noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived.
Yeah, there's bigger dangers than us.
Eulmore has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade.
I like how he's casually slipped that.
Only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay.
Maybe they're not ready yet. Also, what's that dark line overhead?
According to reports, the Eulmoran forces at Luxon Loft were observed taking a prisoner.
Oh. Whom?
A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia.
What? Surprise!
It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Eulmore before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief.
Aha! Wait, oh, I'm sorry?
Of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it.
Go on then.
I think it best that you seek out Moren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He'll be able to enlighten you.
So it's not Morin, it's Moren.
Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
So generations of her. So in the 100 years it's been.
Though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
She has been reincarnated
I will set about making
multiple
provisions for
times.
war.
Yay, more story. More story. Okay, how did we get to Moren? I have forgotten. Good for you, Lena. An unwelcome guest. That is a shiny, shiny suit of armor, sir. Right. The Cabinet of Curiosity. Ta-da! Right, whereabouts is he? Also, I'm assuming all of these side quests are going to give us extra tidbits of lore and so on and so forth for the world. Moren. Yes? If you're after books pertaining to the War of Darkness, I'm afraid you are out. Most are out on loan at present. They are experiencing quite a surge in popularity. We know nothing about that. Oh, you wish to learn about the Oracle of Lights? Then it would be my pleasure to assist. After I've finished off some outstanding few tasks, that is. While I attend to them, perhaps you could fetch me a book. The Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light, it's called. Though it's intended for younger readers, it provides an excellent summary of the subject matter, and the artwork is quite lovely. Besides, I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone with an interest in learning about Minfilia. But you must see for yourself. The book should be located on the level below. Should, I say, for a while there is a place for everything here, not everything is always in its place, despite my best efforts. In short, if the book is not where it should be, it will almost certainly be somewhere it shouldn't. So good luck. Great. Towering Shelf. Randomly, a sightseeing log. The book does not appear to be here. Look out! 172,500 XP. That's clearly not there. Ah, stuck in a chair. Towering Shelf. Is it here? Just as your eyes begin to blur, they finally come to rest on a copy of the Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Lights. Hurrah! Up we go. Right, let's see what this tale does for us in terms of enlightenment. Or will it simply confirm that Minfilia is reincarnated over and over again? Yes, this is the one. I hope it wasn't too difficult to track down. Second place we look, mate. I'm happy to say I've finished all my pressing tasks. If you want to call your friends over, we can begin learning at once. Learn me! Without further ado, then. It began 100 years ago when the flood of light threatened to swallow Norvrant. Just as all seemed lost, a saviour appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance, a maiden with hair of spun gold and eyes of clearest sapphire. That would be the word of the mother. Minfilia. Naught was known about her save that her name was Minfilia, and for delivering the realm, she came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace, but 15 years later her name would unexpectedly reappear in the annals of history. Pictures? Pictures! Whoa! When Sin Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Vobert, a young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. One with hair of spun gold and eyes of clearest sapphire, she was hailed as the Oracle Reborn, and came to likewise be called Minfilia. She's a Powerpuff Girl. Enlisting in the Eulmore army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless Sin Eaters. I like that picture. Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Yet with her dying breath she whispered unto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And true to her words, some years later another young girl was discovered who possessed the selfsame eyes, the selfsame hair, and those selfsame powers. She too took the name of Minfilia. She too fought Sin Eaters as a soldier of Eulmore, and she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day. So is this why Heidelin's been weakening? Because she's been constantly reincarnating Minfilia over on the first? And that concludes the tale. I don't think that's much of a conclusion, sir. Ma'am? Sir, ma'am? I don't know. By their valour and sacrifice, these women have saved Norvrant on numerous occasions. And were it not for them, we might never have learned of the Light Wardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some, perhaps. The truth is rather less simple. Though the Oracle is reborn with certain common traits, she does not inherit the memories or the knowledge of her previous incarnations. So she has to discover them on her own. All of the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls, unversed in the ways of war and ignorant of the power they harboured. While some embraced their fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not. But all were made to face the Sin Eaters, and all died to keep our hopes alive. Ew. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia? She was found by the Eulmore army some 10 years ago and taken into their care. Or rather their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name, for by that time, under Loud Vouth's rule, Eulmore had already abandoned resistance in favour of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight, a potential threat to the peace, and so they kept her under lock and key. For a long while we heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it was in the Eulmorans' best interest for her to remain under their control. And then, 3 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Thancred! Indeed. Well, I believe we now have a good grasp of Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time, Morin. Might I trouble you for a word, Demajen? Outside? Alphino has clearly already figured out who this gallant soul is. Thank you. Whee! So, we are now going on the hunt for Thancred. I'm guessing? As you will have always surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our own dear Thancred. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Hydaelyn's emissary to halt the flood of lights. It could only be her that the people of the first witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Lights. But while there's plainly some connection between the woman we knew and her namesakes, the fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean they are not the same person. It's kind of a Yule situation. Thancred has to understand that. Yeah, but Thancred's a... I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, the Thancred we know would not forsake his charge. If she has been captured, we may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in your roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. It just so happens I agree with you. Quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Hydaelyn's blessing. It wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right, Demajen? Indeed, you are correct, Alisaie. One's generally been enough, but fine. Quite. I see you've made up your minds. Exarch, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First, the report. Our scouts have confirmed that the Eulmore forces at Laxenloft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but we can be certain they will move her to Eulmore ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. I wonder if Laxenloft is a dungeon. So if we mean to act, we should do so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the people of the Crystarium. Why? Why? Ah, yeah, if it was going to be a dungeon... We've got quite some ways to go before we hit 73. Ooh, level 72 gear. The Exarch is eager to delve into the details of his proposal.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's
Yay, voice acting.
and with your combined strength, you may well succeed.
May well.
But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary.
Ah, yeah, I suppose that does reveal our presence. Hi, folks.
'Twas not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you.
Go on then. Is it revelation time?
My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all.
Uh-huh.
As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Eulmore a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit.
Ranjit.
To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war.
Ooh, war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Eulmore. Some would even call it suicide.
Ah.
And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years.
So he's been around that long.
Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far.
It's a bit of a toss-up, to be fair.
Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrad deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Well done.
Eulmore's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do.
What's the accent?
We will.
But make do we will. Sounds vaguely.
We can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for?
Yeah, I guess. It sounds vaguely vampiric.
We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
Yeah, but this is war.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Eulmore bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it
We
be
fight.
known that the Eulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more.
And she can't be reincarnated if she doesn't die.
Rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Eulmore's ultimatum.
That's quite the answer, to be fair.
Here, here!
Hear, hear!
We're just going to stand here and go, huh?
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
I do like that they've got a Frana-like sounding character.
And there you have it. If Eulmore wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy.
Excellent.
Will you do so as well?
We're the bad guys now.
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
It's not like we have any choice. We follow the plot.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy
Amaro.
the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure.
That's a good start.
At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air.
Dream powder?
Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
This might be a solo dungeon, I suppose.
Very good. See to your preparations.
Okay. Who are you, old woman? This has been quite a lot of cutscenes. We've got like 30 minutes of just solid cutscene and story.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
Good times. Well, I think it has literally taken us 30 minutes or so to get to that quest. So, you will be joining the guard, but however highly the Exarch thinks of you, you will receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? I can't do the accent. I'm just trying to do something that sounds vaguely foreign-esque. Nod. Where's your salute, soldier? Better. More spirited than the Exarch's feeble attempt, certainly. Now, first things first, you will need uniforms. Go to the crystalline mean and report to Catalyst. You will see you measured and fitted. Okay. I'll use the teleporter. I'm still confused by the layout of this place. And 'tis well we did, because she's right there. My arm's basically glowing. I'm so pale. Red face, pale everything else. And there's the last of them. Your friends are being measured as we speak. Right this way, we'll see to it you look your dashing best for the first outing. New glamour outfit? That's supposed to be spray paint. They haven't changed. And I look the same. Done, are you? Let's have a look at those numbers. I see. How goes it? Sorry, Captain, I'm afraid we don't have anything on hand that's a ready fit. But we do have a few that are very close. We should be able to make them work with some minor adjustments. Very well then, see to it and have the uniforms delivered directly to the field. Leave it to us. I should take this opportunity to brief you on the mission. As mentioned earlier, we will deploy Amuro to scatter dream powder from the air. Once the powder takes effect, an elite unit will storm the fortress to rescue the Oracle. Her safe liberation is our sole objective. Engagement is to be avoided wherever possible. Stealth missions. I assume we're to be part of said units? Correct. The unit will be divided into two contingents, one deploying from Fort Job, and the other from the Austral Imperative. You and Alphino will join the former. Demajen, meanwhile, will join the latter with me. Okay. Before you proceed to your positions, you will report to Chesamil at Spegirix. She will issue with a serum to ward off the effects of dream powder. Yeah, that would be helpful, actually. We shall be on our way, then. Take care, my friend, and we will see you in the field. Bye. Good riddance. It's quite far to the Imperative, so you may make use of the ammo from the rookery. After you've collected the serum, of course. Which way is it? That way? That way. Keep forgetting I'm mirrored on here. Okay. You have a quest. That's a Disciple of the Hand/Land quest. Right, where do we get... I'm assuming the Jostle Gate is the quickest. Not in any rush, but... we don't like needlessly wasted time here. Ba, ba, ba. Conditional virtue, as opposed to absolute. Chesamil. Ah, she's the old woman. Yes, sweetie, is there something you need? Oh, one of the guard come for the dram, are you? There you go. A dose of this will keep you firmly in the waking world while your enemies are off in dreamland. Dram. I suppose she's Scottish then. Nah, if this is your first time, I should warn you. It's a bit of a sin. Prince's Kiss, they call it. And if you ask me, it should be Crone's Kiss. Just aside, the stuff really is foul. Most people gag like there's no tomorrow, but if you don't drain every last drop, you're liable to end up taking a trip to dreamland yourself. So I must ask you to drink it here and now while I watch. Come on, give the old crone a kiss. Okay. Well done, sweetie. Oop. Well done, sweetie. I'm proud of you. Why, if I didn't know any better, I'd even say you enjoyed it. This is proving to be an expansion of drinking and eating foul things. And now you needn't falling asleep on the battlefield. Just have care. The accent's all over the place. Just have care you don't lose any limbs out there, alright? They don't tend to grow back. Thanks. Right, where to next? The Rookery. Ba, ba. Yeah, I'm noting the there's a slight lag between finishing a quest step and it being recognised. I assume it's because there are quite a lot of people on now. How are you? Yeah, what do you require of me? Oh no, these guys are given the slow voice, haven't they? An ammo to take you to the Imperative, eh? As much as I would like to oblige, all our mounts are reserved for the coming operation. I fear you will have to go by foot. But wait, there might be another way, assuming you are willing to lend me a hand. Ba 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 ba. Right, some new head armor. Which of course we can't see. I keep forgetting to use food. It all adds up. Ah, a new weapon. And an ether current. Zemzimai. Zimzimai. I'm going to call him Zimzimmer from now on. As a task for you, should you be willing. I was about to deliver an ammo to Radiska's Round, one of the locations whence the beasts will fly for the operation. The tower lies along the route to the Imperative. If near enough is good enough for you, you may make the delivery in my stead. Oh, balls. I was closing the log and I didn't read the last bit. Something, something. I like the fact that it's teleporting us places. Vadiska's round is to the north and west. You can take the road or you can fly. It is up to you. Upon arriving, make yourself known to the sentry, and she will give you further instructions. If you should become separated from the Amaro, worry not. The beasts are trained to return to the rookery. That is all. Go well. Hey! Flappity flap. Now, do we still get XP if you are discovering places on flight? On flight. Yes! Brilliant English. Whilst in flight. So they've got some marshlands here. Which I suppose makes sense. It's called Lakeland for a reason. Weed? I'm just going to sullen. A source. Brick. Sullen? Not. These places all seem remarkably empty. There's something over here on the map. That looks suspiciously like a pirate ship of some sorts. Ooh, no. What is this? The Isle of Ken. Is there an Isle of Ryu nearby? I'm not sorry. I probably should be, but I'm not. There must be something here. There's got to be a reason for it. You discover a new location. I've discovered a new recipe. The thirstless shore. Right, I'm going to. Do you know, I'm not going to speed this up. I'm going to take in the sights. Oh, that's the edge of the map. Right, so this is where we're heading eventually. There's probably a sightseeing point up there, I would guess. Got some tigers, some moths. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Some fates. Ooh. Nice breeze just blew through here. So I think, of all the zones, this is the one that isn't divided. No, the other two places we've been have had a low-level area and a high-level area. Much the same as zones in Stormblood did. But this all seems to be roughly on the level. Apart from the Isle of Ken. Unless there are bits in this that you can't get to. Inviolate Witness. Yeah, there are quite a few empty places. And I'm wondering... Oh, this is Laxon Loft. This is the place that we've got to break into. And it is surrounded by... surrounded? It is... full of elven knights. Make sure we uncover the whole map while we're here. Because it's good XP for a start. You've discovered a new location. But this is the outpost. I'll come back to that in a moment. Almost uncovered. One more area. I'm going to take a guess. Because I don't think we'll actually be able to fly around here for quite some time yet. There we go. Mapping the Realms, Lakeland. And we got 500,000 XP for that. So that's quite nice. Where? Oh, you're delivering the ammo to us? I'm afraid there's been a change of plans. We already have all the beasts we require here. Instead, this one is to go to the Imperative to the west. Please see it to the handler on duty, Zelivanthu. If you encounter trouble along the path, return here and I'll set you rightwise. Okay, so we can grab this ether current because we can get back on a... We can get back on an ammo. Maybe we're going to get our own ammo from this quest. That kind of seems likely. There we go. Onwards. Yeah, so 500,000 XP for unmapping the zone. I mean, it's not a lot, considering we need 15.5 for the level. But we're a third of the way through that. Just about. What other enemies we got? Basilisky things. Yeah, I'm noticing that there are quite a few mixes of enemy types in areas. Ah, the last ammo. My thanks, friend. You may leave the beast with me. Say, I don't believe I know you. Did you join the guard recently? Yes. Ah, so that is the way of it. Well, you managed to arrive, and that's all that matters in the end. I bid you welcome to the Ostal Imperative, one of our key strongholds in Lakeland. The first thing you'll want to do is report to the captain. You'll find her at the lookout across the way. I can do that. Actually, the first thing I want to do is very clearly go and attune myself to the Aetherite. Because that's the first thing that anybody should do. Is there? No, I've just remembered that I actually haven't been and checked my mail. Ah, Captain. So, it seems that rather than the ammo delivering you, you deliver the ammo. Well, no, thank you. I expect all my soldiers to make themselves useful. Speaking of which, I have a task for you. New weapon. Deep gold greatsword. It's shiny and blue and very similar again to something from the previous expansion, if I'm honest. But whatever, it's a leveling weapon. And it matters not to me. That's going to do us for this episode. There are a lot of Ether Current, I think, quests knocking about. So I'm going to go and do those off camera. And when we come back, we shall carry on with the main story quest, which I am very much enjoying. I'm looking forward to seeing what we do for this next step. Are we just going to go there like in-world, or is it going to be an instanced solo duty style thing? Guess we'll find out next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all then. Cheery. Oh. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe. Remember to ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.